Spencer Rattler can be the Saints franchise quarterback from what we've seen from him so far in 2025. And now, if the Saints or Rattler's haters stumble upon this video, they'll say Rattler literally just won his first start in the NFL. He was 0-10 before last Sunday's win versus the Giants, which was tied for the 5th longest winless streak by a quarterback in NFL history, only trailing, get these names, Joe, Stan Gelbaugh, Troy Aikman, Drac Trudeau, and Jashawn Kaiser. Those are the only names that Spencer Rattler was trailing as far as longest winless streaks goes. But as our boy Sammy likes to say a lot, okay, wins aren't a quarterback stat, which I am not in complete agreement with. I think they're not entirely a quarterback stat, but we're splitting hairs there. But don't be a box score merchant. And again, I said it on a previous episode, don't be a freaking dweeb, okay? I think I'm going to start calling more people dweebs, by the way. I really enjoy that insult. Like somebody,
bring
like,
it back. Bring it back.
I'm bringing it back. Like somebody you don't know calls you a dweeb in public. You're like, I'm going to fight this motherfucker. Like, call me a dweeb. Fuck you, man. But anyways, okay, don't be a dweeb when evaluating Spencer Rattler. The offensive line is bad, okay? 26th ranked by PFF entering week 5, and they're graded 21st in pass block and 29th in run block. So again, offensive line is not very good outside of their center, Eric McCoy, who's having a really nice year once again. They've surprisingly actually had a decent run game so far this year, 15th in the NFL, but again, nothing to write home about. And their running back 1 is probably getting traded at the deadline and isn't even known for being a good runner. He's basically a wide receiver disguised as a running back, and Alvin Kamara. So again, their weapons outside of Kamara aren't super elite either. I like Chris Olave. He's having a solid start to the year, but where does he rank among wide receiver ones? Like 20th, somewhere in that range, something like that for Chris Olave. So he's an okay wide receiver 1. Rashid Shaheed's a solid wide receiver 2 as well. And we saw him absolutely knock the top off that Giants defense with that long touchdown. He actually had the 21.72 miles per hour on that 87-yard touchdown catch, which was the fastest speed reached on a touchdown so far this season from a ball carrier. And you got a aging Brandon Cooks as well, returning into New Orleans. You got Juwan Johnson having a breakout year from the tight end position as well. And you just got Taysom Hill back. But again, these are just pieces, okay? Some of them are solid, but none of them are truly special. And listen, okay, it's not like Spencer Rattler is lighting the absolute world on fire, okay? But he is showing in year 2, he's made improvements and he's making it work, okay? Through his first 5 games in 2024 compared to his first 5 games in 2025, Rattler's improved from 60% completion to 67% completion. He's thrown for 131 more yards. He went from 2 touchdowns to 6 touchdowns, from 3 picks to 1 pick. He's taken 8 less sacks, and his QB rating went from 69.8 to 90.4. So big improvements through the first 5 games of each of these seasons. Plus, I talked about this on live. PFF graded Spencer Rattler as the worst quarterback in football in 2024. They've got him at 20th out of 37 this year, which again isn't the best, but again, it shows he's made tremendous improvements from year 1 to year 2. Kellen Moore does deserve some of that credit, even though I still don't believe he's a good head coach. You got to give Kellen Moore at least some of that credit. People forget his junior year, before his junior year, he was the Heisman frontrunner and the favorite to be the number 1 overall pick while he was at Oklahoma. So again, he can make all the throws. You see the decision making, the command of the offense get better week to week. And listen, I've been critical of a lot of the Saints moves as far as the organization as a whole, and I still think this organization is trash. Please don't screw this up, because I think you do have something here in Spencer Rattler. But they've been competitive so far this year, despite the 1-4 record. They've been in most of these games, and I think they do have a potential franchise quarterback in Spencer Rattler. But like I mentioned, just don't fuck it up. So now I got to kick it to Joe. Joe, what do you think? Is Spencer Rattler a potential franchise quarterback for the New Orleans Saints?
So I did an episode on another segment or another channel that shall not be named. After I went to the Reese Senior Bowl. So I went to the Reese Senior Bowl in February of 2024, and I watched Spencer Rattler absolutely play amazing. Michael Penix didn't play in that game. He was on site, but Spencer Rattler won the MVP of the Reese Senior Bowl. He played better than any quarterback on the field. You saw the moments of brilliance in a really, really bad South Carolina team that had a really bad offensive line, right? It was him and Xavier Legette, and that's really all it was. And Spencer Rattler made some great throws. You're starting to see that now. He's playing really, really well. And we didn't even talk about his running game right now. Spencer Rattler has ran the ball 22 times. 12 of those 22 times, Spencer Rattler has picked up a first down. Do you know who leads the Saints in yards per carry? Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler leads the Saints in yards per carry at 5.6. He's the only runner with 20 or more carries who has an average of 5 or more yards. So he's the leading rusher. He's improved as a passer, and he's done it with a bad team. Now, I'm not saying Spencer Rattler's going to be the greatest quarterback in the NFL and he's going to win MVPs. I don't think you're ever going to see him to that level. If there was a comp, Spencer Rattler's probably Phillip Rivers in that era with Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, you know, the 5th, 6th best quarterback is his ceiling max. That's what I'm saying, right? Playoff runs, yes. Super Bowls, maybe not. Couple of conference championship games? Possibly. I could see that in his future. Spencer Rattler has the tools. You got to get some things around him, right? I'm a big Spencer Rattler believer. I really am. I have been a Spencer Rattler believer for a very long time, Matt. You know this. Definitely. I absolutely loved everything I saw from Spencer Rattler on tape. I liked his anticipatory throws. I like how he was able to throw with pressure in his face. I feel like he was very undervalued as a mobile quarterback. I think that he moves well. I had no Saints fans, okay? And I talked to them about Spencer Rattler. I said, what do you think? Objectively watching the game, how do you feel about Spencer Rattler? And they're like, the guy's playing out of his mind. We just have nothing for him. Kellen Moore coming in there, getting a competent offensive system. Spencer Rattler is doing something with that. And I am very, very, very here for it. I love me some Spencer Rattler. So I am thrilled to be doing this segment right now. As you know, this was my idea. I wanted to do this segment. So I'm just going to come out and say it. Yes, Saints fans, you have your franchise quarterback. Tyler Shugg should not have been drafted. The guy who is going to be your franchise quarterback is under center and has been all week. It is Spencer Rattler.
Wow. Love it. And you're definitely right about Tyler Shugg. Man, that was a wasted pick now looking back at it, because we've seen Rattler show those flashes and he certainly can be. I'm not willing to say he is like you just did, but
I got something else for you.
You mentioned it. Okay,
let's hear it for you. Right? So how many quarterbacks were taken in front of Spencer Rattler? Caleb Williams,
7?
Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Michael Penix, JJ McCarthy, Bo Nix. He was the 7th quarterback off the board. This year, Spencer Rattler has played better than every single one of those quarterbacks, minus Drake May. Okay, well, I'm going to give you something here.
I don't know.
What is Jaden Daniels' completion percentage right now?
No idea.
59%.
Well, he's been hurt. He got hurt for a couple games.
I don't give a shit if he's been hurt. He's 59%. It goes for the games you played, all right? Not the ones you didn't. Okay. You don't get a completion percent on the fucking sideline in a boot, brother. I don't care, right? Like you talk about JJ McCarthy. He's barely played a game at 58.5% completion percentage, right?
No, he's been better. He's been better than JJ.
Bo Nix.
He's been better than JJ. I might even give you Bo Nix too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's better than Bo. He's been better than Caleb. He's been better than Penix. He's got him in yards. He's got him in completion percentage. He's got him in touchdown to INT ratios. He's got him in QBR. He's got him in rating. He's better than all of these guys. The only quarterback that was in that draft that he has not played better back is Drake May. And he's doing it with less.
He is. And I think some of those are close too. Like I think him and Caleb is probably close. I think him and Michael Penix is probably close. I think those are close. But like you mentioned, he's dealing with a far worse situation than any of those quarterbacks that were drafted above him is. So you do have to give him lots of credit. You mentioned Phillip Rivers as being like his ceiling. I don't think he'll ever reach that ceiling. I think he'll be more of like a mobile Kirk Cousins is what I see from him. I think that's where he could be. He could put up some. Yeah, hover around that 10 range as far as best quarterbacks in the league. I don't see him ever being, because I mean we're talking about Phillip Rivers potentially being a Hall of Fame quarterback. Like that's like he was one of the best of his generation. So I don't ever see him reaching that. But I do see potential for him to reach around a top 10 quarterback as far as that goes. But you want to hear some random stats? Here you go, Joe. I got some random stats for you. Spencer Rattler became the first quarterback drafted by the Saints to win a game since 1998. The last quarterback to accomplish this was Danny Werfel, who was selected by the New Orleans Saints in the 4th round of the 1997 draft. So the last time that a Saints quarterback that was drafted by the Saints won a game, I was 1 year old. So that shows you how terrible the Saints have been at drafting quarterbacks. And then obviously they got Drew Brees, who was there for 15 years and dominated. Spencer Rattler, like we mentioned as well, from Oklahoma. And by the way, Oklahoma developing a hell of a pipeline of quarterbacks. Every Oklahoma starting quarterback from 2015 to 2023 is started in the NFL this last weekend. Baker Mayfield, Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, Spencer Rattler, Caleb Williams, and Dylan Gabriel. And Joe, we talked about it a little bit. There has been some discourse about Spencer Rattler and the quarterback who took his job at Oklahoma as well, Caleb Williams. And you look at some of these numbers, you talked about it. Spencer Rattler has him beat. You look at completion percentage specifically. Rattler's got it 67.2 to 62.3, got him by a lot in that regard. So again, Caleb Williams came and took his job in Oklahoma, and Spencer Rattler has bounced back and been a really, really good NFL quarterback. I know that's something that I look for a lot in an NFL quarterback. Have you been through adversity? Have you went through ups and downs? Can you handle that? How do you handle that? And we've seen Spencer Rattler. We saw him on that show, QB1 on Netflix. He was in high school. He looked like a complete douchebag. He looked like an asshole in that show. He looked horrible in that show. And again, you're a high schooler with a TV show that's covering you. You're going to be a douchebag. You're going to be an asshole. I know I would have been if there was a camera crew following me around at 17.
Straight to the head.
Yeah. Oh, dude, if there were a camera crew following me around at 17 years old every day, you couldn't tell me shit, bro. I would have been the biggest dick in the entire planet. But so again, you understand that, but you've seen him develop as a person. You've seen him develop as a quarterback. And Saints fans, you might have something special here in young quarterback Spencer Rattler.
This has been Between the Uprights. Football is life. The rest is just details.